What will it take for people to believe victims or survivors of SA? Hey, it's me, Everything Others. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, hey, uplifters. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the post notification bell to be notified every time I post a new video. Click that bell. Let's talk about people not believing victims or survivors of SA. Sexual assault. No matter how long the abuse took place, does not make a difference when it comes down to a survivor wanting to share their abuse or if they're in statute of limitation to report their abuse. Some people always find a way to make it about the victim instead of the predator, the person that abuses people or just that one person. We make it about the victim. We always want to victim blame. We always want to victim shame and make it about the victim when it's about who has hurt them. And we always talk about, well, how we know and is there evidence and this and that. Just trying to report what has happened or share what has happened to them. In a lot of cases, some survivors or victims of sexual assault don't want any type of justice. They just want their story heard. They want to be heard. And we always find ways to make them feel or be the bad person. And it's not right. Even if I wasn't a survivor of childhood trauma, I feel like that would still be like, why would you say this person is lying because it's been years since they've been abused? Or why do you have to question the victim or survivor because it's been that long or because of who the person is? It's never, never, never okay. And what you say amongst like your friends and at home and all that stuff, like that's okay, whatever. You say whatever you say, that's fine. But if you're saying it directly to a victim or survivor, or if you're saying it on a platform for people to be like, for other victims or survivors of sexual assault to see, that is so disheartening, because maybe that victim or survivors was building up the courage to share their story because of that one person, and by you saying something negative and making it about the victim, that person will no longer share what has happened to them. I want to give you all the definitions of victim shaming and victim blaming. Victim blaming puts the responsibility of a crime, trauma, or hardship on the victim and not the perpetrator. Saying things like she was asking for it or boys will be boys reinforces victim blaming. Victim blaming can prevent survivors from reporting abuse and getting the support they need. Did I just say that? Okay, let's look up victim shaming. It's probably like, I feel like victim shaming and blaming is kind of the same thing, but at the same time it has like a little difference to it. It says victim blaming or victim shaming is when someone, say they use it together, is when someone places some or all of the blame for abuse or a traumatic event on the victim instead of the perpetrator. This can include blaming the victim for their actions or inactions or for their response for the event. For example, someone might blame a victim of sexual assault for inviting the attack by wearing certain clothing or behaving in a certain way. I want you to ask yourself, have you ever done this or said something that was victim shaming or blaming? You don't have to put in the comment section, but if you feel comfortable for the conversation, you can do that. And maybe say why, scenario, what you feel and what you think. It's a safe space to bring awareness, but also to learn, and a safe place for others. How would you react if someone that you knew told you that they were abused? How would you react if someone shared their trauma story with you and it has been years later? Would you start asking them a million questions, or would you allow them the space to just talk and vent and tell you their experiences? Everyone has their reasons to share or not to share their story. Unfortunately, society is a twisted and weird place. Sometimes we're for the victim, sometimes we're for the perpetrator, sometimes we don't know that what we're saying can be so harmful to a victim or survivor of any abuse. Everyone is in a safe place. And I totally get that and I totally understand because of how you see someone react on a post dealing with someone sharing their story, or if it's like some celebrity news and how people would say these mean and hurtful things. And you just never know. It could be somebody that you love that has been abused but don't feel comfortable telling you because of what you have said, or you've probably said something like just in general around them and they've heard it and they took it in, and they maybe start blaming themselves because based off of what you have said out loud, not realizing that they too have been a victim of abuse, of trauma. It does not matter how long the trauma has taken place. It doesn't matter. If someone is telling you that they've been abused, believe them. Oh, there's no evidence, okay? There is a small percentage of people that have lied about being sexually assaulted. Did you know that? A small percentage. And how do we know that those people really lied? Maybe they said they were abused by someone and they were too afraid because someone threatened them or someone convinced them not to report it, so they said that they lied. How do we know that? These shows are not here for nothing. Like Law and Order, Criminal Minds. All these shows and movies are not here just like for entertainment purposes. It's also to teach us something. How many times have you watched Law and Order? The person said they weren't sexually assaulted, but then they found someone that they felt comfortable enough with to share, and they shared that they were abused. Just be mindful of what you say. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. I just want to share this. Support sexual assault survivors by being brave. Believe them. Remind them it's not their fault. Respect confidentiality. Ensure they understand when and how you will share information they have provided to you, and respect their privacy. Ask them what support looks like for them. Let go of assumptions. Reporting to the police is not every survivor's vision of justice. Respond with what they need. Value their boundaries. Don't pry or press for additional details. Empathize. Understand everyone deals with trauma in different ways and everyone's healing path is different.